Number 17. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. The letter J is about 600 years old. While Yehoshua died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. Yah is a very jealous El. He doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And he is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only, as in he was the first to ever be here, and he's the only, as in everything else is literally just made up in people's minds. And the last, as in when he comes and destroys this planet, basically, he'll be the only one. So the first, the last, and the only. Joshua 17. Well, he'll send his son, and his sword will come from his mouth, and he'll be covered in the flames of the heavens. It's going to be insane. Joshua 17. And the lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, was for Maker, M-A-K with a line underneath of it, I-R, the firstborn of Manasseh, father of Gilad, G-I-L apostrophe A-D with a line underneath of it, because he was born, or because he was a man of battle, therefore he had Gilad and Bashan. And for the rest of the children of Manasseh, for their clans, there was for the children of Abiezer, Abiezer, A-B with a line underneath of it, I apostrophe E-Z-E-R. And for the children of Helek, H with a dot, E with a half a check mark, L-E-Q. And for the children of Yezreel, Y or A-S-R-I apostrophe E with a half a check mark, L. And for the children of, where am I? And for the children of Shechem, S-H-E-K with a line underneath of it, E-M, S-H-E-K-E-M with the line underneath the K. I think I said that. And for the children of Hefer, H with a dot, E with a half a check mark, P-H-E-R. And for the children of Shemida, S-H-E-M-I-D with a line underneath of it, A. These were the male children of Manasseh, son of Joseph, according to their clans. I could do this. Zelophehad, T-S-E-L-O-P-H-H with a dot, A-D with a line underneath of it, son of Hefer, H with a dot, E with a half a check mark, P-H-E-R, son of Gilad, son of Maker, son of Manasseh, had no sons but only daughters, and these were the names of his daughters. Yeah, I thought they were just going to leave them out because they were daughters. Just so far what I've been reading, it's all like men this, men that. But when they say man, they mean like all of humanity. So I know that gets thrown around a lot. But, you know. Melal, M-A-H with a dot, L-A-H, and Noah, N-O apostrophe A-H, and Hogla, H with a dot, O-G with a line on top of it, L-A-H, and Milcah, M-I-L-K-A-H, and Tirzah, T-I-R-T-S-A-H, and they came near before Eleazar, E-L apostrophe A-Z-A-R, the priest, before Yehoshua, son of Nun, N-U-N, and before the rulers, saying, Yah commanding Moshe to give us an inheritance among our brothers. So he gave them an inheritance among their father's brothers, according to the mouth of Yah. And 10 portions fell to Manasseh, besides the land of Gilad and Bashan, which were beyond the Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh received an inheritance among his sons. And the rest of Manasseh's sons had the land of Gilad, and the border of Manasseh was from Asher, A-S-H-E with a half a check mark, R, to Milkmethmath, which faces Shechem, and the border went up to the right to the inheritance, or to the inhabitants of En-Tappuah. The land of Tappuah belonged to Manasseh, but Tappuah on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim, and the border went down to the Wadi Qana, Q-A-N-A-H, southward to the Wadi. The cities of Ephraim were in the midst of the cities of Manasseh, but the border of Manasseh was north of the Wadi, and it ended at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, and northward it was Manasseh's, and the sea was its border, and they reached to Asher on the north and to Yitzhatzker on the east. Yissask with a line underneath of it, AR. And in Yitzhatzker and in Asher, Manasseh had Beth Shean, SHE', and its towns, and Yibleam, YIB with a line underneath of it, LE', and its towns, and the inhabitants of Dor, DOR, and its towns, and the inhabitants of Endor, and its towns, and the inhabitants of Taanach, TA'Anak with a line underneath of it, and its towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo, MIG with a line on top of it, IDDO, and its towns, 3 of the heights. But the children of Manasseh were unable to drive out the inhabitants of those cities, for the Canaanites desired to dwell in that land. And it came to be, when the children of Israel grew strong, that they put the Canaanites into compulsory labor, but did not utterly drive them out. And the children of Joseph spoke to Yehoshua, saying, Why have you given us but one lot and one portion to inherit, seeing we are a great people, whom Yah has blessed until now? And Yehoshua said to them, If you are a great people, go up to the forest and clear a place for yourself there in the land of the Perizzites, Perizzites, and the Raphites, Repha'ites, since the hill country of Ephraim is too narrow for you. Then the children of Joseph said, The hill country is not enough for us, and all the Canaanites who dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron, but those who are of Beth Shean and its towns, and those who are in the valley of Yisrael. And Yehoshua spoke to the house of Joseph, to Ephraim, and to to Manasseh, saying, You are a great people and have great power. You are not to have one lot. For the hill country shall be yours, for though it is a forest, you shall cut it down, and its farthest limits shall be yours. For you are to drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots and are strong.